Hey, Dr. Ashby, Tony here. Sorry it took so long to get you this video, but last week was a mess. My wife got COVID, kept our two kids from going to school, so I was at home the whole week, essentially looking after her and the kids, and I got absolutely no work done. So, yeah, and I know you were busy getting your kids to school for the first week, so I'm sure you were busy as well. So, hopefully this doesn't come too late. So what I usually do with these videos is I compare your website to like a couple of your competitors and then, delve into some of the statistics and some of the numbers. But being that you don't have your website active yet, really all we got to go off of is your Facebook page, which is why I have this up here. And it's not really the greatest thing to compare to a static web page that another one of your, I guess I could call them competitors, but somebody, an internal medicine doctor or, company in the area. It's not apples to apples. So I'll try to give you what I can here, and we'll see what comes out of the other end. If you got questions, obviously send them my way. So, you got a nice presence going here with Facebook, but that I know in the end, that's not really what you're wanting. So what I did was I went out and tried to find some keywords that I thought in the Sarasota area anyway, that I thought would be things that you would want to potentially go after, internal medicine being one of them. And you can see sort of the list here. This is the monthly volume of searches. And then this is what's called the keyword difficulty. So a number between 1 and 100. 100 being the most difficult, 0 being the least difficult. So these would be all things we could probably rank your website for the local Sarasota area. And there's some Bradenton keywords as well. I think there's one that's Bradenton Internal Medicine. That's 100 volume. I just don't have it in this list yet. So what I did was I did that search here, Internal Medicine Sarasota. This one is searched 40 times. And what we get here at the top, this is the Google My Business listings. This is called the map pack. So the top three companies that show up here in this map pack get about 50% of the people that search these keywords to call or to go to their website. So this is super important for somebody like yourself. If you're going after this keyword heavily, you want to be in this top three because you're going to, like I said, 50% of the people are going to call or click these three. Now, the question is, how do you get here? And the way you get here is through something called citations. And what all citations are your company name, address, and phone number out on directory sites around the web. These are sites like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Facebook even, LinkedIn. If you're a contractor type, Angie's List, but that wouldn't apply to you. The more of these kind of sites you get yourself on, the better chance you have of ranking in this area. So adding yourself to a certain amount of these per week, maybe 5 to 10 per week over time, you'll start finding yourself rising in the rankings here. The only thing is you got to be very careful to be consistent with the way you input your data. The company name exactly the same every time, address exactly the same, phone number exactly the same. So hopefully that makes sense. Below this is called the organic results, and these are more affected by something called backlinks. And all a backlink is your company website URL in a clickable format out on another website. So when I say clickable format, if you see some words highlighted in blue and you highlight over it and it turns into a little finger that you can click it, that would be a hyperlink, and that's really all a backlink is, because when you click that, it takes you to a website. Now, not all backlinks are created equal. They're spammy backlinks that you don't want. You want to try to get backlinks from sites that are relevant to your niche. So, if there's a medical website out there that's like a medical, what am I thinking of? A magazine type site out there that has maybe a blog. You could potentially provide blog content to one of those kind of sites. And often the site owner will actually give you a backlink for providing them blog content because they want to keep their blog active. That's a good way to trade, a little bit of your time for a good solid backlink for your website. That's one way of getting good backlinks. And that would be a niche relevant backlink, which Google knows that you guys are in the same niche, and therefore that backlink actually passes a little bit more power to your website, which is good. So what I want to do here, we've gone over, citations, backlinks. The last thing I want to go over is content. And these are really the three major Google ranking factors. So I clicked into this top company here because they showed up #1 in the organic listings for this search. And this is Intercoastal Medical Group. I think I got one of these guys right down the street from me, actually. And what I wanted to talk about is content, which is just the words and images on the page we're looking at. Content is king. Google really values well-written, authoritative content. It wants to give its end users the best experience possible. We generally suggest having 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on a home page. So if I actually copy this, these guys have, that's not right. That's not right. I didn't copy apparently. I'm trying to count how many words they have. So only about 600 words on their page. So if you were to, on your home page of your website, get 1,500 even, you're beating these folks out of the water, and that's awesome. Google wants to see, again, well-written, authoritative content. Not only that, the more content you have on the page, the easier it is to get these kind of keywords that I'm showing you here intermingled into that content. You want these words if you want to rank for them. You know, I picked these out because I thought maybe this is something that would interest you to rank for. I know it's not necessarily internal medicine, but people think of these, you know, holistic doctor as being somebody that focuses on maybe diet and exercise and everything else too. So maybe you would want to. That all I'm trying to say is if you have 100 words on your homepage, it's really hard to get all of these keywords into your homepage without it coming off spammy. If you have 1,500, you can get these in there without it sounding strange. So like internal medicine doctors in Sarasota, that is technically a long tail keyword. They've got it here in a header tag, which is good. That tells Google, hey, I want to be found for this. Here, the title tag of your site, internal medical doctors Sarasota and Bradenton. That's telling Google what these guys want to be found for. And then they've got, you know, conditions we diagnose, treat, and these are all going to like back pages on their site talking a little bit more about them. This is good stuff, but they still only have about 700 words. So these guys, again, easy to beat. So with that being said, the last thing, this is going to go a little longer than I usually want these videos to go, but I wanted to give you a little bit of extra information. When I pull these guys, this URL that's ranking #1 over into this product called Ahrefs, this gives me some statistics about the website itself. This is a sort of a view of what it estimates Google knows about this website. So remember those backlinks I was talking about? They've only got 12 websites out there pointing back to this page that's ranking so high. That's pretty easy to beat. They're being found for about 121 keywords on that page. That's giving them about 33 clicks. So if I click into the keywords themselves, here's that internal medicine Sarasota, 40 searches, keyword difficulty 8. They're in position 1. That's getting them 15 clicks to their website a month via the organic traffic. That may be even higher because a lot of times I think this tool is pretty low on the estimations. If you're in the top 3 here as well, which they are not, then that number is really going to be higher than 15. So, you know, if you get, say you get 50, you move up to position 1 and take it over from these guys and get these 15 calls. If you can close, you know, 3 of those, even 2 of those a month, you know, what is another 2 clients a month worth to you? I don't know. But this is just one of those keywords. This applies for all of these. And again, this is just Sarasota. So we could go into Venice, we can go into Bradenton and look for keywords for those as well. So hopefully that's clear. You know, really what it comes down to is we want to make sure your homepage has enough content on it. We get those keywords in there. We get you the right citations, especially for medical, medical type citations. And then we look for powerful backlinks to help push those keywords we're interested in up the ranks so that you can start getting that traffic. Now, when we talked, a lot of new traffic wasn't necessarily what you were interested in. You wanted to have a platform to go more national potentially. So it just depends on how you want to attack this. I just wanted to give you a view on the local scale, sort of how I would attack this. So hopefully that makes sense. Obviously, I'm happy to talk about any questions you have. I'm sure this has probably brought up a few questions. So just reach out and let's chat. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you soon.